excellent feature that they added in this port, which wasn't in the original as far as I remember.
What's that?
That little chiming sound that you heard under the water.
Oh yeah.
That's
Because
there to tell
that
you how
lets you
long
know
you've
that
got
you're
left.
running out of air.
Yeah.
Because beforehand it was just.
You still get that, but you have some at least advanced warning that you're going to get the Doom song. Scariest thing ever.
Oh god, it was like the scariest sound, man. Oh, it's like the heartbeat of the lurker shark.
It is the primordial version of the lurker shark heartbeat. Is that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know that video on water levels I've been working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in it. this level features prominently in that.
I fuck that.
I fucking hate this level. It's just water levels in general, but this one in particular is just quite a horrible one. I mean, Sonic and water just should never ever go together.
At least I haven't got anything like that horrible bit in Chemical Plant Zone. You know, you got to climb up those steps.
That's the bit that like always gets us as well, and it's that you just can't do anything about it. What the fuck?
I think that's like the most that I play. The most that I play Sonic 2 now is when I'm at Ryan's and he's got it on that Mega Drive collection thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we were playing that.
The Xbox controller is less than ideal for response times and everything.
Yeah, it is.
So that's
the Xbox controller is just shit.
If you're playing it on the on like a normal D-pad, then it'll be easy enough. But it's almost impossible.
It's got an inverse D-pad, and the D-pad itself is actually pretty bad as well. You know.
And the backgrounds change on all the bonus levels as well. They get nice and scenic at some points. On the Quartz Quadrant one, it's fucking all crystal castle and shit in the background. It's like...
But again, it's just good art direction. Exactly. And that is one thing that Sonic always had, until later games, obviously. But it's like... It always had this really nice, like, colourful, and, like say, scenic sort of things to it. Yeah. Even though everything's made of checkerboards as well.
Yeah, that's a bit odd, isn't it?
It's like, what gives, you know?
They live in a very bizarre world. What's the name of the Sonic universe? I've seen someone online, like, there's some...
Mobius.
Some DeviantArt. Yeah, that's the one. I've seen some DeviantArts had done a map of Mobius, like the entire continent, according to the canon and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't need to see that.
It's not very interesting. It's... Oh, look, we got a shiny red thing. It looks so fat in that front-on view.
It's all the chili dogs!
I like old fat Sonic, not the new rad slim.
Yeah, the new rad Sonic is like, it's just like...
They're on like the third redesign now, it looks even fucking...
Oh yeah, the Sonic Boom.
He's got like
thing.
a scarf.
Yeah, he's got a scarf and like bandages on his hands and Knuckles...
Everybody's got bandages on their hands, that's the running theme is bandage hands.
And Knuckles has been lifting, you know. Oh shit, dude.
I was too busy taking a drink. You can't force shit like that on players.
Delicious Dr. Pepper comes before Rangs, does it? Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, they can crush
Jesus fuck.
Oh no, we're forced down to the underground level.
What the hell? Even the music doesn't save this. Seriously, what the...
I best get some O2s. What?
There's a sound that would be annoying in any other video game. In this one, it's just like a relief to hear it.
No, I didn't want that really.
I never noticed that. Future.
Yeah, that's kind of
Never noticed that. I just thought it made like a weird sound. I never noticed it actually said future and past. Sweet ass shit, man.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
There's no warning that would happen.
Oh dear.
That's just bollocks. I've never encountered such bollocks in my life.
That's what she said.
Wow. Oh, you cunt! I needed that shield.
Oh god, man, I do. Yeah, this is starting to like bring back memories of when I was a kid now. and sort of struggling on this level so bad.
That's better. I'll go this way. It looks less bullshit.
Don't jinx it, dude. You know what Sonic games do.
Well, yeah, but I have dealt with their bullshit for many a year.
I'm frequent. I'm learned in your ways.
Give me some ring, brother.
Give me some ring. Oh god. Yeah, they made the new Sonic Boom thing. They made Knuckles lift. They gave everyone bandages. They made everyone slim and stupid, and just they gave Tails goggles and
yeah. Goggles were always a good thing, but I think they stole that from Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter, everyone had goggles. That was the main thing of it. It was like, let's make it slightly steampunky. Everyone will have goggles. Great. What about Daxter? He's like a ferret. Make him wear fucking goggles. And
make him wear goggles. That way he's not naked. We can get away with it.
Oh, but the furries came and they made him naked.
Oh, they did. Oh dear.
Some of the shit I've seen.
Oh no, man! It's I despair for Sonic these days because it's sort of like that. There's every single time I play a new Sonic game, with the exception of Generations, which I played at a friend's place and I actually thought was pretty decent. Not great by any stretch, but decent. But it's like, in particular with like Sonic 06, for example, which is awful.
Yeah, it is.
But it's sort of like one of those...
Whoa, that background tripped me out then.
But it's like one of those things where it is just like, you know what? If they'd have actually, put some time and effort into this could have been a good game. There are foundations and good ideas here.
Yeah.
But no, you had to fuck it up because you're Sega, and you had to put this like ugly, horrible human princess Final Fantasy ass fucking thing in there, and it
just don't work, does it?
It doesn't.
That music.
Yeah. Let's face it. If this game didn't have the option for this soundtrack, would it be worth playing at all?
Still probably would, yeah, but like nowhere near as much.
Nowhere near as much. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they just don't do music like this anymore.
They try. They do a very good job.
Yeah.
Oh god, man. Speaking of old games with good music, I had like a fucking epiphany the other night when I was like fucking in bed. I was like, I'm going to sleep, and as I was dozing off, I just kind of like woke up suddenly and just went to myself, I still haven't played Chrono Trigger from start to finish yet. And then just went back to sleep.
Why the fuck would you play Chrono Trigger from start to finish?
What?
Overrated as fuck.
You played it?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
No, I hadn't played it, but I didn't like it when I did play it.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
As in, I didn't like play it start to finish because I'm like, oh, this shit.
Yeah.
Like, why is everybody like it's so special? But to me, it just seemed like every other fucking JRPG ever. If not, it's like one of the most generic.
By today's standards, see, I've played it, but I've only ever played like the first 20 minutes of the game, and I just kind of like realised, like, you know what, I've never played it properly. I should really, really do that. And so a couple of nights later, sure enough, I had nothing to do for whatever reason. My afternoon wank was over and done with, and I was just like, oh, I guess I'll play Chrono Trigger. So I dug out my copy of Final Fantasy Chronicles and played it, and it was sort of like I went into it in the same way that I would like with reviewing an Onslaught, fuck this boss, as I would with fuck this boss, with reviewing an Onslaught album, in that it was like everyone harps on about it. I'm gonna find something wrong with this. It's like there has to be a flaw. It can't be perfect. And to be honest with you, it's one of the few games where I have actually kind of been lost for words for it. It's kind of like, okay, this is actually pretty fucking awesome.
I would say it's flawless, would you?
I wouldn't say it's completely flawless, but then again, nothing is. That being said, I'm playing the PlayStation port, so that's immediately got one major flaw called loading times. So, which doesn't make any bastard sense, but whatever. But I think it is a little bit. It is a little bit guide dang it in places.
Yeah.
Well, not even in places. It's just a guide dang it game in general for the most part. But story's good. The graphics are still good. The art
fine for those
good.
non-TV tropers amongst us, guide dang it.
The music is well, guide. Basically, it's like you need some bits you need a guide to do because the hints aren't really good. Well, I wouldn't say they're not good enough, but it's like maybe they're too subtle.
Yeah, it's not really sort of like. Well, the thing is, like adventure game logic and shit, like where it's just fucking makes no sense whatsoever, but you just keep fucking trying.
The flip side to that is that there's I think there's 13 endings, and you can fight the final boss pretty much whenever you want. Yeah, that music. And it's like even on your first playthrough, you can fight the final boss after getting like 2 party members, which I thought was like, well, there's not a great many RPGs that would let you do that. But the thing that really stuck out to me on visiting it again was the battle system, because I was just sort of like, it's a bit like Final Fantasy, isn't it? Yeah, it is, but there are no random battles, and that in itself was just like, sweet Jesus.
Oh, right.
There are no random battles.
That is a fucking boon and a half.
There are no random battles. I was like on the verge, because the night before I'd started playing, I was playing the very first Final Fantasy on my PSP, because I accidentally deleted my save data like a twat. And I was on the 3rd to last dungeon, and I was getting into random battles every like 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes, 2 steps rather. That's probably a more accurate representation of it.
By the way, that music.
Yeah. But it was like I was in just like almost in tears of frustration with it, because it was just sort of like I'm getting into a random encounter that I can't escape from every 2 steps.
Yeah.
And I played Chrono Trigger, and I was kind of expecting the same thing, and it's just not there.
Nah.
All of them are scripted or they're optional. It's like, holy shit, this is amazing, you know. And even though, yes, it is still kind of turn-based, it's like the enemies actually move around the battlefield, and you have to kind of plan your attacks with that accordingly. And so it's like kind of
half tactical RPG then.
Yeah, it's kind of like half turn-based, half real-time tactical sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because all of your attacks have area effects. So if all your enemies are in a line, then certain attacks will be able to hit all of them at once because they are stood in a line. You know, it's basic, but it's still like, Jesus, why didn't you just do this with everything? Why? Why?
Because it's Squeenix. Or it just Square at that point.
Assholes. It was. I was just. I mean, I'm like what 10.5 hours into it now, and I think I'm relatively near the end of the game. But it's sort of like it was one of those few things where I was sort of like I can understand why people say that it is one of the greatest games ever made, but I don't think that it is perfect. I think if it were to be carefully like kind of remodeled a bit, then it would almost definitely qualify. But it's kind of like this. It's sort of like just what is there is great, but it's just something missing that stops it from really being perfect.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in a way, that
Look
kind
at
of
this
makes
background here. That's fucking.
that oddly enough, that is some Chrono Trigger ass shit right there. But how can I put it? It's kind of like you know when something is like so close to being incredible, and then the one tiny little flaw which should be insignificant suddenly makes it.
Yeah,
more.
It makes it more so.
Yeah,
it's disappointing.
It's kind of like that in a way. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it, and that's kind of how I feel about like old Sonic games nowadays.